This is Desert Homestead Prepping. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. So we got the greenhouse all cleared out. We figured you guys didn't care to watch us clean it up. So here's the end result. Everything's cleared out and it is a blank slate ready for us to start organizing and setting up everything the way that my wife would like to have it set up.
And well, we're still new at this, so what we have set up this year may not be what we set up next year. Who knows?
Yeah.
I have a good idea, but I don't know. It's good right for now. It's good right now. It might not be good halfway through the summer, but
yeah. So we'll figure it out. We got a few ideas. Most of what she's going to have in here will be movable. So we can improvise and kind of figure it out as we go. So right now, I think we're gonna focus on treating the wood. So my wife's got some other things to do, so I can work on treating the wood that's gonna be along the ground. So I'm gonna put some oil on that, let it soak in real good to make sure that it's waterproofed and is going to last for many years. Then we're going to set up a few shelves, and we're going to use some barrels, metal barrels, cut them in half and make planter boxes or planter buckets out of those. Yeah. And so yeah, we've looked it over, came up with a game plan, and really all of that really rests on me as the main construction guy.
So yeah, like our tables are free. We've got free pavers. We're gonna use free posts that we had gotten, and what else that we got? The barrels were free. So basically, we're just again trying to utilize stuff that we have out and about, and here and do this as cost efficient as possible. Mm-hmm. The thing I have to do is I've got to go work on our taxes. It's coming up. Everyone knows tax season is upon us. April 15th is coming fast, and we got vacation coming up. So today is actually my last day, so I saved it to the very end to figure out our taxes. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few hours while he starts working on this.
Used motor oil. So I'll just start kind of pouring it on here using this old paintbrush and lathering it on. You can see I've created a little bit of a berm, a channel, so that oil can soak in underneath, and that'll get this wood conditioned pretty well. Should be fine. Then after that we can level this off, and we're not really too concerned about the dirt because we're not going to be planting in this dirt. We're just going to be, having walkways, and we'll have planter boxes and buckets and stuff like that. All right, here comes the messy part. Okay. All right, not the prettiest, but I did this same kind of thing with the cyber shed. Any kind of exposed wood, I lathered it with oil. It was black, it was, kind of on the metal, but it all just kind of wore off. It soaked in really good, and it hasn't caused any problems with the vegetation around that. I kind of wish it would have, but even where I lathered the oil, still wants to grow weeds. Okay, so this is soaked in pretty good. I think we're pretty happy with that. So now I'm gonna get going on trying to level out this floor a little better. Then after that, I'll get going on trying to build some shelves and counters in here. Nothing too complicated, just a nice little countertop. Then she can sprout some seeds here. Just got to make sure that there's stability, because these legs will just kick out without some cross braces. And this also gives her a spot where she can put a plank here, or you know, whatever. And I think that's going to work out really good. So now we're going to work on the barrel planter boxes. It's a much nicer day today. Oh, it's just so nice. I hope this nice weather holds on, because I am done with winter. All right, so we've had these barrels for years, so it's going to be nice to use some more things from our junk pile. I'm going to take these barrels, I'm going to cut them in half so that they're basically like 2 buckets. And I don't know, my wife's got an idea that she wants for planters, and we'll give it a shot, see how it does. So I'll roll these barrels over here, and we'll cut them in half and see if I can get them all set up the way that she wants. So the beautiful weather has brought the ladies outside. So Abby's having a good time, blanket out on the picnic table, and my wife is feeling comfortable enough to come and start working on organizing a few things for how she wants it in the greenhouse. Animals are all happy. I think it's going to be a good day. So cutting these in half was a no-brainer. These are leftover pieces of wood that we had from the greenhouse, actually, some of the framework. So these are just 2x4s that are cut right in half, right down the center. So we want to have the ring on the bottom, because it, you know, it just doesn't look as nice, so it might as well be on the bottom. But to get these to lay flush against the side, I had to bevel out this edge, because you can see in here there's this beveled edge right here. So that way I can get it to sit right down on the bottom, and the weight of the other half up top is going to be on the actual barrel itself. I could have just mounted them to the side, but then all the weight would be on the screws, so we don't need that. So that way it can sit on the bottom and it can stick up just right. Then we'll have 3 of these equally spaced, and the bottom can sit right on top of this. We'll just have some screws that'll hold it in place, but the weight of it will be really just gravity sitting on top of these. So yep, that's the plan. So I'm going to bevel out, or notch, I'm going to notch out an edge on all of these so that they'll be able to sit down nice and flush. That's pretty much it. So we'll drill some holes in the bottoms of these so they don't retain too much water, but I think it's gonna look pretty nice. So I got 3 more of these to put together, so we'll get that done and then we'll put them in place. Okay, so that's it. Not really too difficult. So let me go over some of the details of how we did this, so that you guys don't have to go through the trial and error of figuring it out, or at least what worked best for us. So first off, we decided cutting them directly in half was not going to be quite enough. It was just going to be a little bit too high, and then it would be a little bit closer to this. Plus you'd have to put a lot of dirt in here. And then on top of that, if it was higher, then it would be up here, and that would be just a little too much for my wife to reach in here and take care of whatever she has planted. So we decided to just cut out that middle section, and it seemed like that was just deep enough. So then the tops of the barrels are upside down, so that it looks better that way. You guys do it however you want. We did find having them upside down posed a problem because there's a beveled edge right here. So let me show you. You get in here and you see that I notched out that edge so that this could be nice and flat against the edge of the barrel, and we could have a good secure attachment. And so then it's just resting on top. So then inside we just have these screws. These are galvanized screws that you would use for outside siding, and those just secure it in place. Gravity is going to really do most of the work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, these barrels, they used to contain vegetable oil. So, you know, it's a non-toxic substance, and you know, it won't be a big deal. A lot of it had kind of baked in there, so it was a really gross goo. We had to kind of put some dirt in there and work it out, but you know, I think it's going to be just fine. Once we get some dirt in here and get some flowers growing, it's going to be great. So then, of course, we have this shelf over here. Show you how I have this set up. So this will be the workbench, really. You know, so my wife can do things here and work on stuff. Under here is where she's going to be growing sprouts for the chickens. So she's got a, you know, kind of a thing set up down here. She's still working on it, where it's going to be one for each day of the week. And you just put some of these lentils in there with some water and let them sprout. And then we can feed them to the chickens. So we had this decorative railing. I have a whole bunch more of it, and figured that would kind of give it a nice little touch for the corner pieces. And then, of course, had to put some cross braces to make sure that it'd be nice and secure, or else, you know, if you bumped into this with a wheelbarrow or something, one leg would bust off. And then, of course, it's anchored to the back wall, so it's nice and secure. So yeah, there's still plenty more that my wife has planned. She's talking about maybe a middle section, something about as wide as this in the center, where she can plant, you know, different sprouts and stuff like that. So we'll still be working on things like that. Shelf over here, some more over here. Still plenty of room for places that we can put in some shelving and some grow pots and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a pretty easy project right there. If you guys are interested in making grow pots out of barrels, I think it looks pretty cool, pretty neat. And you know, and they're just empty right now. I think it's going to look a lot better once we get some vegetation growing in there. It's going to really make this place look really nice. We're very excited because, I mean, we're going to really get going on what a homestead is all about, and that is growing. So we are going to start growing some food, and that's going to be amazing. So we're going to start doing that, and, you know, little bit by little bit, we will get each of those components that actually make up what a homestead is. Super excited for it. We hope you guys are excited too. Hope you come back for more. We always got something going on. Catch you guys in the next one.